California, the dream place for every entrepreneur to start their business, as it has a very rich history in its back pocket. Some of the biggest businesses around the world started from this western state of the USA. Most of the trillion-dollar companies started their business from California, which attracts most new business owners in this state with Silicon Valley. There are more than 4.1 million California business owners, but many are saying it's becoming a bit hard for them to continue their business. Big tech businesses like Oracle and Hewlett-Packard Enterprises are moving away from California. But why exactly? What is happening to the place known as the golden place for startups? In this video, we'll be taking a look at some of the reasons why new California business owners are struggling. 1. High tax rates. California is generally known as a state with relatively high taxes, something that business owners universally recognize. The state gives residents a break when it comes to inheritance and estate taxes, and property taxes aren't particularly high, but income tax rates are significant. Just to give you an idea, California has 10 personal income tax rates, ranging from 0% to 13.3 as of 2020. The highest rate of 13.3 will be applied to a person earning $1 million or more as a source of income. So simply, this 13.3% rate is referred to as the millionaire's tax, and California has a huge number of millionaires. The figure gets somewhere around 1.14 if you need a precise number. And by the way, California has the highest number of millionaire households in the US. The lowest 0% rate is reserved for single earners of less than $9,000 in taxable income. If you're thinking that the income tax rate is bad news for the millionaires, why do small California business owners have to worry about it? Here's why. California businesses have sales and use tax levied by states, counties, and municipalities on transactions. And California also has the highest base rate for state tax, at 7.25%. If you hire employees, you will need to register for California employer taxes, which include the employee withholding tax, employment training tax, unemployment insurance tax, and disability insurance. Then there's a California franchise tax, which is due annually. Even though the tax dollars are directed to public projects such as infrastructure, maintenance, and public transportation, the high tax burden can be excessive for some companies which are growing fast. Recently, California legislators have proposed a tax hike, pushing the 13.3% to 14.3% for those making more than $1 million. Over $2 million, you would hit 16.3%, and over $5 million, a top rate of 16.8%. Looks like the millionaires of California will have a 1 to 3% bigger things to worry about. 2. Complex regulations. After the tax issue, what is the other thing that is making business owners flee the Bay Area? The short answer: too much government meddling in private business affairs. With the threat of more to come, California is known for experimenting with new regulations. But the guinea pigs of these experiments are the California business owners. The state's willingness to rely on new regulatory measures makes compliance a moving target, which could be a challenge for some businesses. We're not just making these up. Here's a real-life example. Before Palantir announced its move to Denver, CEO Alex Karp publicly criticized the increasing intolerance of monoculture in Silicon Valley. He implied that the engineering elite of Silicon Valley was convinced that it knew best, how society should be organized. These same flaws characterize California's single-party rule, which has contributed to a mass evacuation by residents and businesses. It seems like the biggest challenge to business growth in California businesses are uncomfortable laws and regulations. California, for the better or worse, is a leader in stringent environmental laws, statewide rent control, contractor unemployment classification, and other areas generally seen as unfriendly to business. Some levels of regulation is necessary to ensure contracts are enforceable, employees aren't abused or endangered, for sure. But when law and requirement proliferate beyond what is necessary, business costs goes up and economic growth is stunned. 3. Cost of living. As we've said earlier, California is a state with the most number of millionaires in it, so it's harder to guess that this fact makes California a wealthy state overall. So that automatically makes the cost of goods, services, and wages higher than in many other states. Before you just pack your bags to start your business journey in California, let us give you some details about the cost of living there. According to the 2020 Cost of Living Index, the average city in California has a 38% higher cost of living than the average city in the nation. Let's break that down a bit. Firstly, you would need a house to live in. The average home prices in California are more than $600,000. nearly 88% higher than the national average. Okay, then renting a small apartment it is. The average monthly rent for a 2-bedroom apartment is almost $1,900, about 55% higher than the national average. Ouch. Well, the utility bills of California also act cold towards the newcomers. Residential electric power rates at 55.8% higher than the average of other states. But that's just your living place. You've moved into the state to your office. California is known for its beautiful stretches of highway and its traffic. California motorists are paying the nation's second highest gasoline prices, 98 cents a gallon, or 47.3% higher than the average. Moreover, California's income is not evenly distributed. There is relatively vast income disparity in the state, which puts lower-income Californians at risk of being priced out of every market and giving them fewer disposable dollars to spend on small business goods and services. That is why the state has an 8.3% unemployed residents, which is a bit high for the national average of 6.1. Now, do you understand why the biggest businesses are shifting from the Bay Area? 4. Competitive labor market. California's economy is doing well, but unemployment is higher than the national average, as said before. But it's still low, and this contributes to the fact that the labor markets of California is highly competitive. According to many California business owners, it is currently an employee's market. This means that to attract and retain top talent, businesses have to offer attractive compensation and benefits. While talent may seem freely available, businesses must heavily consider the labor market when devising their compensation packages and workplace cultures. A competitive labor market means it takes more time and effort to fill open positions with qualified candidates. Some entrepreneurs view competitive labor rates as an opportunity to improve their internal process and position themselves advantageously for the future. Like in a competitive market, there is skilled people are waiting to be hired. An employee has to push themselves to maintain their worth in the business, which helps the business grow. That's a good thing, but the competitive labor market also brings up the cost of operation. 5. The cost of business. Many can think that the business opportunity can cover the cost of living to some extent, right? But the competitive marketplace of California, it takes a large operating cost to continue the business. Well, after learning the high cost of living in California, the California business owners can't help but pay a handsome salary to the employees. Here's another fact for you regarding that topic. According to CNBC rankings, California is at dead last among U.S. states of cost of doing business. Chief Executive Magazine has ranked the Golden State as the worst place to do business for 14 straight years. Well, it's not all bad for the Bay Area. There are some good things for the California business owners too. 1. The strong economy. California is the 5th largest economy in the world. Don't skim over that statistic. Who wouldn't want to be here with all that opportunity? While the southern part of the state represents the profitable entertainment center of the world and leading biomedical companies, the northern Silicon Valley area continues to drive technology innovations that change industries and transcend time. It's a land of opportunities for sure, if you know how to grab one. 2. A strong customer base. California is the most populated state in the country, with 39 million plus residents. If you have a good business idea, which you are confident and can attract some attention through good marketing, there's a huge chance you can build up a big customer base of yours. 3. Great weather. It's no secret that California boasts some of the most beautiful weather in various geographies in the country, and that's why we want to shift there. Good weather equals healthy people equals happy, productive, and engaged employees. California has been a great business place for quite a long time now, and still has some good conditions. But some of the state's excess rules and high cost of living in businesses are making it a bit harsh condition for newcomers and achieve success. Here ends our discussion about the situation of new California business owners. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to our channel for more content like this.